Hey, everybody. Welcome back to your fave advocacy podcast. This is episode 3, and we have a special guest with us today.
Special.
Hello. Hey guys.
We
Hey,
have Jocelyn from At Home Advocate. Did I say that right?
I think so, yeah. You got it. You nailed it. Thanks for having me. I'm like
yes,
nervous. I'm like,
Don't be
I know.
nervous. Don't be nervous.
I'm
We
not
love
nervous because it's with you
Jocelyn.
guys, but
You're good. We'll just chat like we normally do.
yes, we're good at that.
Yes.
I
All
think
right.
my favorite thing about Jocelyn is, well, there's just so many, but
She's
she's so
amazing.
nice.
I'm a very non-interesting person.
No,
That's not
she's
true.
Not
super
interesting.
interesting. She's so
We
nice.
wouldn't have you as our first guest if we thought that.
Well, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
she's literally
But no, the thing
nicest
about Jocelyn
person.
is she's just as nice in person
Oh, yeah.
as she is on the
Nicer.
internet. Like, it's almost like, what?
Yeah.
I want to be that nice.
Oh, trust me, I'm not that nice.
Yes, you are. We went on a
So
girls
nice.
trip and one of our friends was sick in the car, and then there's Jocelyn like making her like
Taking
a
care
Oh
of
my
little,
her.
gosh, that's the
taking care
nurse
of
and the
her.
mom
The
in
nurse.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know where
always,
I was.
always.
Sure wasn't nursing.
It's the
Oh
only
yeah,
thing
you
I'm
got it.
good at is taking care of other people, I swear.
That's true.
But that's
Good
okay.
true.
It's not a
nursing.
bad thing.
No, that's
Well,
a
tell
great
us a
thing.
little about, give us the backstory, like who you are. Who is Jocelyn?
Okay, so I am 38. Not that anybody wants to know my age,
I'm
but
38 too.
I know. So
Twinsies, we're the older moms in the space,
we're the
I feel
OGs.
like.
We're the OGs.
That's true.
Um,
OGs. Reagan, sit down. Sit at the kids' table. You're such a baby.
2 years.
so I have 3 kiddos. All 3 of them are autistic. My oldest is 9, my oldest son. He was diagnosed when he was 6. So
Okay.
a lot of people are like, well, geez, like why? We knew. We always knew.
Right.
Mhm.
From the moment he was born, we just knew that his brain worked differently. So I think everybody goes through that process, not acceptance, but of just like ruling everything out first, like
100%.
hearing
First
loss,
child.
speech delay,
Yeah.
you go through all of that. And I think we
Right.
all have such different journeys with it.
Mhm.
And I'd be lying if I said there wasn't like a little bit of a denial part of that
Right.
journey.
Yep. 100%.
And again, not because I was afraid of autism, but I never wanted people to put limitations on my kids
Mhm.
ever. So he was diagnosed at 6, autistic ADHD. My daughter is almost 7, and she doesn't go for her official diagnosis until October.
I did not know that.
Mhm.
Yeah, she is like classic GLP, Gestalt language processor. All 3 of my kids are GLPs, but she is like textbook, like my little scripter. She's incredible. I would say she is the most verbal out of all of my kids.
Mhm.
My oldest and her are minimally speaking, unreliably speaking. They can tell me their wants and needs if something hurts. Thank goodness for that. But conversation wise, like that dialogue isn't like the back and
Quite
forth
there.
we've made so much progress on it, but
Mhm.
I would typically say that they are like minimally
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
unreliably speaking.
Non-conversational. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But again, so much progress with that. And then my little baby,
Baby.
he's gonna be 6. So
No.
my younger 2 are 15 months apart. Surprise. So
Is that considered Irish twins?
I think
No,
we
it's
just
in the
missed
same
it.
year.
I
Yeah.
think
You
we
just
just,
missed it.
yeah,
But
Aaron
your
and I were
baby's a
slacking.
COVID baby, right?
He's a my COVID
Mhm.
baby. Yeah, wild times.
Oh
So
yeah.
he's gonna be 6 in June. He is
Aw.
non-speaking. Over the last 6 months, he has taken off with his AAC device. It's been a game changer for
I
him.
love that.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's been a game changer. We've seen so much progress in his communication. I mean, he's always like my hand leader, just telling
Mhm.
like, but now he's like
Showing you.
pointing to things,
Mhm.
and he's able to navigate the AAC better than I can. So, it's really helped with like
How
decreasing.
long has he had the AAC device?
Oh gosh, we've had it for almost 2 years, and a lot of you
Okay.
guys know that journey is crazy.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of time. It takes a
Yeah.
lot of time. He wanted nothing to do with it,
Mm-hmm.
so we took breaks because I don't want to make this a
Right.
negative
Force
thing for
it.
him. So
Mm-hmm.
we just tried, it was trial and error. I wanted to make it as enjoyable for him as possible. So I
Mm-hmm.
would put his favorite characters on there. So when we were playing, I would be like, Toy Story characters, and I would just model.
Yeah.
Um, and then I swear to God, like just a flip of a switch, it was like, he's like,
Mm-hmm.
I can get what I want when I press these buttons.
Which I love, like
Right.
asking like that specific question I asked for like my own personal, like, will my child start doing that? But then you have to remember every autistic child is so
It's insane. Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But it's still
incredible. It's
like
incredible.
encouraging. Like
Mm-hmm.
they
For
didn't,
sure.
they weren't interested, and then just
All
that
of a
Yeah.
sudden.
switch
Yeah.
of what, you know, they
Yeah.
And I
started
think
going
I think
off.
naturally we're seeking other parents that have similar situations, but we're also
Mm-hmm.
comparing. We're also
Right.
comparing and
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you're
compare.
just kind of
We can
trying
say
to.
all day
It's a
long,
natural. Yeah, it's
we're not
as
doing it,
humans.
but there's always that one, I'm
Yeah,
like, wait a second.
as
Right.
humans, we are naturally going to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
And I
compare my
think,
own,
yeah, of course. I think just kind of like seeing where you're at and seeing
Yeah,
where you are going. You know what I
yeah. But
mean?
it's so nice to see everybody's story with certain things because it's like it is hopeful.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
So it's wild. Yeah, I catch myself
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times comparing all three, like, and I'm comparing three different autistic
Oh, yeah.
brains.
Yeah.
So it's just it truly is the thief of joy, though. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can easily go down
Absolutely.
that rabbit hole, but it's just
Uh-huh.
not worth it.
Yeah. No,
It
I
doesn't
know. I'm
serve
like,
it doesn't serve you, and especially doesn't serve your children. So it's like,
right.
okay, we gotta just this is where we're at. This is where
Yeah.
we're at, and
Make
that's
it
all that
Right.
better.
matters for
Yeah,
sure.
for
Going
sure.
back to when you said your oldest, what did you say, 6 when he got
He
his
was 6 when he
diagnosis?
was, yeah.
Is that when you decided to get the diagnosis? Were you on a wait list? Like,
No,
how long were
we
you
got
on a
in
wait list?
for him. The way that it works here, we go through the Cleveland Clinic in
Okay,
Ohio,
that's gonna say
and
Jocelyn is in Ohio.
Mhm.
If
yes, I
anyone
am in
wants to
Cleveland,
connect with Jocelyn, Ohio people, and anyone in the
Ohio,
world.
baby. So there was like I think we waited 6 months, which is nothing.
Okay.
That's
That's not bad.
For
nothing. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
for my daughter, it'll be over a year wait
Okay.
Okay,
list
I
for
was
her.
wondering.
But the way that they do it is, you fill out all those questionnaires, all of those surveys, everything, and they almost triage.
Hmm.
Like my
That's
youngest, he's higher support, so my boys are higher support, so they got in sooner, if that makes sense.
mm-hmm. Right.
Absolutely.
But we had services in place for my oldest. Oh my gosh, I think he was 18 months old,
Mm-hmm.
Really?
and you don't need a diagnosis to get speech, to get
Yeah.
OT, to
Yeah.
So
get
did
ABA,
you,
but
was
it
it
was all
you
private.
personally that waited
What do you
to get
mean?
that diagnosed? Like when you said, like, was it complete denial or you just wanted to just check off
I
everything
think we
before
were
you
just
went and
checking
got the
off all those
diagnosis?
boxes,
That
and I
makes
think
sense.
he was my first child, so I was so easily persuaded when the doctors would be like, "Well, he's a boy, just wait." We all
Mm-hmm.
heard
Yes,
it.
100%. Even our doctors
Right.
and speech therapists, they like almost like, I don't know, is gaslight the right word? They make you
Yeah, no, it
think
almost is. It almost
it's
is,
like,
and
no, I think my child's autistic, and they're like,
Yeah.
no.
I
Yeah.
think in my mind, I was justifying it was okay that I didn't have a diagnosis for him because he was still receiving all of the services through
Mm-hmm.
school,
Right, it wouldn't have
Right.
changed.
outpatient, but but it was denial,
Right.
100%.
Right.
You know,
But
I
it's
think I
hard
was
too when
working
it's your
through that.
first kid and you have
Mm-hmm.
professionals telling you, like, no,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
boy, or
Even though in my
no,
Right.
just
mind,
wait it out.
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, my husband and I knew.
Yeah. Well, you're both medical professionals too.
Okay,
Yeah,
So
let's
which
that,
talk
even
about that.
there was more so some guilt with that as well because it's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? But when it's your own child, it's completely
right.
different.
Different.
So we've learned a lot from that situation because at the end of the day, I'm like, I told my husband, I said, he needs to know. Like, can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine if you didn't know that your brain worked this way
Right.
and it's okay?
Right.
And I looking back, we all can look back on our childhoods, and I'm like, holy cow, if I would have known that I had a neurodivergent brain,
Right. It would have been so
I
much better.
I would have been so much more self-accepting,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah. And making
And
the
I struggled.
accommodations for yourself and,
Yeah,
giving
for
yourself more
sure.
grace in that
But in my
instead of
mind,
being
it
like,
was just
Right. Why am I not doing this the way that everybody else is doing this?
Yeah, exactly. And then that turns into like internalizing things and anxiety, depression, and
Right.
we could
For
talk about that
sure.
on a whole
Oh
nother
yeah,
That could be
show.
a
that could be
But
whole
like an
nother
that
entire.
could be all. But it's just you guys know, you look back on our kids are our greatest teachers, and you just look back
Yeah.
on your childhood, and I'm like, oh shit, this makes sense now.
I did that too.
Yeah.
I always do that with my oldest.
But
I'm like,
anyways,
that looks
yeah,
familiar.
it was definitely a journey, and we learned a lot from it. And obviously, having my youngest was diagnosed a couple years ago. No, oh
Mhm.
my gosh, no, I think he was a year and a half ago, but that's when we can get him in. But again, we knew, so
Right.
we didn't wait. And all of them were, they're all getting the services either
That's
way.
good.
But so yeah, that's
Are you happy with the services you receive?
Yeah. That's a
so
good
we're in a
question.
public, we had experience with um like private therapies. We had ABA like in our home. I am very, very happy with the services.
Mhm.
In school, you can only get so much, obviously,
Yeah.
Right.
but all of the outpatient experiences that we've had, like we've been really, really blessed with like some really great people that have taught us a lot. My
Mhm.
daughters, my daughters, there's always something good that comes out of a bad situation. And one of them, we had one experience with a speech therapist with my daughter, and I just wasn't. She just rubbed me the wrong way. Like my daughter loved her, so I'm like, oh, fine, like this is a me problem.
Mhm.
This is a me
That
problem.
Mhm.
happens. I love
But
how that always happens. Like if your
so
child loves them, you're like,
I
it's a
know.
me
I'm like, well,
problem.
shit. Now we got to just keep going. And she was
Right.
great. She was very knowledgeable, but she was the first person who she was taking a class like extra, what's it called? Like,
Hours like
you know what I mean?
CP
Like, yeah, like
certification hours.
education, like extending her education,
Extending
whatever.
or extending.
Yeah, yeah. So she turns her computer to me and she's like, read this list of like traits or whatever. And she was talking about Gestalt language processing. And she's
Mhm.
like, this sounds like your daughter. And I'm like, oh, all right, I guess I like, but because I think you're right. But she was the first person that, it wasn't the greatest situation because again, I wasn't crazy about her.
Mhm.
Um, and I sound so terrible, but you guys know what I mean. Like, when it
Yeah,
just
when
doesn't
Never
feel like
if the
accepted
vibes
all
are
of
just
us.
it's like a
off, yeah.
personality thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if the vibes are off, the vibes are off. But was there
Yeah.
something like specific? Was it just did she have
I had
attitude?
never heard of
Explain
it
it.
before. So I
But
just
like
like,
Mhm.
what were the vibes that were off that
uh, I think she, and maybe it was like my own thing, but she was almost kind of like critical
Mm.
of parenting styles of,
Yeah.
there were certain things I would tell her. She'd be like, "Oh, well, how are you doing that at home?"
Right.
And she would just kind of, I just got like a little bit of judgy vibes.
yeah,
I
which you
I
don't need.
yeah, I feel like especially sometimes professionals and other parents are very judgmental and
100%.
I'm like, okay. And I'll try to explain it to them because I'll get into these conversations with people and I'm like, okay, but you're not realizing like all of the other things we have to do with our kids.
Hmm.
Like there's also like all
You
of
you
these
have to
things.
pick
So
and choose your battles. Yeah,
yes,
you
I'm
gotta
like,
pick and
so
choose your
we're doing
battles.
this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And so maybe we don't get to AAC like every day, or maybe we don't get
Yeah.
to that every day, or maybe we don't get and so I'm like, I try to be like super just not judgmental about where people are using their time with their kids because it's very easy to be like, well, why don't you just do this, or why don't you just switch clinics, or why don't you just find a new
Right.
school or whatever, and I'm like, that it's so
It's
overwhelming.
life. It's so hard
Yeah,
to do, especially when you have other kids and
other
you
Yeah.
have to
kids,
go to
yeah.
school and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
work
think it's
and
just one of those things where it's like if everybody would just for a second try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. There's
Right.
people that I know like in passing, like I've thought to myself like, oh gosh, why are they doing that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what their day looked like prior
Yeah.
to that. I don't know
Right.
what they're going through, or
Mm.
so it's just as simple as like that mindset shift of like, okay, you have no idea. So just
Right.
keep your
Try to
mouth shut.
support them. Right.
So
Be
just
nice.
shut up.
Just don't say anything.
I am impressed that the woman talked about Gestalt with you because
I
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I had to bring Gestalt up to every single therapist.
Well,
And
after
I
that
learned it from
encounter,
the internet.
yeah. So I dove deep into it because I was like, holy cow, this like
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
You're like,
thinking of my
whoa, that's
oldest
what
at
it
this point.
is.
I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
this makes total sense. Like how it is incorporated with their play, with their communication, with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Yeah.
just like so interesting and fascinating to me. But yeah, so that from that situation, we ended up soon after we had stopped private speech with her in particular, but again, I took away that information, which has been
Yeah. Life
like a
changing.
game. Yeah, for
Right.
sure. So I am very, very grateful for all of the staff and therapists that we've had, because I know a lot of people can't say that. I
Right.
genuinely, at the end of the day, believe that every person who works with my kids just wants the best for them. And yeah, we're very grateful for where we're
Which
at
is
for sure.
amazing to hear because you always hear like the bad side of it when
Yeah.
it comes to like,
For
and
sure.
that's what always scared me about public schools. It's like
Especially in public. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we love
And I
public
think
school. I
that
can't
Well,
say
don't
enough good things about public school.
I think that's what I remember the most about when I first started talking to Reagan and when I first started talking to Jocelyn is like I brought up public schools and you guys had both positive experiences and I'm like that is great to hear
Well, you
Mm-hmm.
almost get
because you
nervous
don't hear
bringing
that.
it up with you get nervous bringing it up with
Yeah.
people
Judging.
because most people
Yes.
are like, oh, ABA, public schools, like what is all of this,
Yes.
especially with ABA.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I
do,
have never
and
done it, so I only know what I hear,
Right.
there is
good and bad.
that's
Yeah.
again
Like everything.
that's another like thing we
Right.
can like go off on.
Entire podcast.
Yeah, it's just at the end of the day, I don't care what you are doing to better support your child. If you think it is
Mm-hmm.
a good fit for your child and your child's going to thrive, who am I to say, how dare you do that? Or how,
Right.
like,
Right.
again, every situation is so different and our kids' needs
Right.
are so incredibly different. So, yeah, I just think it's one of
100%.
those things where it's like, okay, you're their parent, you know best.
Right. You know them
It is what it
best.
is.
Well, and I
But
think that it really just depends on who the person is that's working with your kid. It doesn't matter what
Absolutely.
therapy it is. It's the
You have to
connection
have the
and
it's
right
the
that
it's the
therapist and the right
individual.
fit.
Yeah. And that rapport is so crucial.
yeah,
Like, our kids pick up on like
the
if my kids don't
vibes.
like you, if my kids don't like
The
you, I know that
vibes.
you probably suck.
Yeah.
So
Right. You're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're fired.
Yeah.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Do you have a diagnosis for yourself, or is that something you want to like pursue?
I've thought about it. It's like not at the top of my list. Like
No,
most things for us are not at the top of our list for
exactly.
ourselves. I don't think I need it to know that, between myself and my husband is ADHD. We know. Like,
You know, and you have 3
Mm-hmm.
autistic children.
yeah. So I've just kind of accepted the fact that I have a neurodivergent brain, my husband does, and we have 3 beautiful autistic children.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
So I don't think for me personally, I would have loved to have it when I was younger.
Right.
I think that would have been extremely helpful, and that is why I always encourage parents, if they're even questioning it for a second, go get your
Mm-hmm.
child evaluated.
100%.
But I also remember that feeling of not the denial, but the whole I remember the whole process. The whole
Yeah.
process is
Mm-hmm.
It's a
scary
lot.
Yeah.
because
It's a
anything
lot.
different or changing anything is just it's
And if
scary.
you don't know
Right.
anything about it, which I didn't.
Right. Yeah.
A lot
I
of
didn't either.
parents don't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. So to answer your question, I don't think maybe it'll change like as I'm growing older with my children and
Right.
maybe they'll one day have questions for me and I'll be able to tell
Mm-hmm.
them like I can relate to a certain extent of how mommy's brain works and daddy's brain and we
Mm-hmm.
made you guys, and I just never want them to question their worth. And I think part of that is knowing that their brains work differently, so they can
Mm-hmm.
never say, well, why do I feel this way, or um why do I feel like I'm different.
Right.
And
Right.
I never want it to be like in a negative way,
Mm-hmm.
I get emotional talking about it, but you know me,
Yeah.
I just
Oh.
cry 2 to 3 times a day.
She's
so
so
Whether it's
sweet.
it's usually
I think
happy
the one
tears,
thing that the only reason, well, not the only reason, I have a million reasons, but I've like when my child says, well, what kind of brain do you have, mommy? And it's like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
but
I mean, I
I'm not
know,
sure.
but I'd be like, actually,
Yeah.
I have this diagnosis. That's like the
Right.
only thing. But like, we don't have time for
yeah,
ourselves. I mean, we
Yeah.
can't even go to the doctor. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
so,
yeah. I
I
think
don't
of
even
it.
know how to pursue it for an adult. I mean, I'm sure it's
I've
not
heard
as
it's a little more challenging to
right,
get
Mm-hmm.
it, you know.
right.
But I think yeah, I think people should do whatever makes them feel better. But
Mm-hmm.
it's genetics. I mean,
Genetics be genetic.
genetics be
For
geneticking.
sure.
Put that on a
But yeah,
shirt now.
Yeah.
right.
Oh my God.
You know,
Yeah. Right.
That's the thing about Jocelyn and Reagan.
oh
They're
my
buying
gosh.
it.
Oh my gosh.
You
We did
guys
a
are the
shirt
marketing
off.
department's favorite customers.
Jocelyn and I do shirt off. How many advocacy shirts we have? She was like
I
showing me her
It's
closet.
insane.
I would love
It's
to
my
see
entire
Jocelyn's
closet.
closet. I saw Reagan's. Woo, girl,
It's
Yeah.
jealous.
wild in there.
It's
It's
wild.
It
wild.
is
Yeah, it's wild in there. I need to
Very.
wild.
I need to organize it. It's
All
pretty.
right, Reagan, what were you going to push us off onto the next topic?
Okay. I just want to start talking about, like why you started posting and
Yeah.
like your why for being on social media.
Yeah, I'm typically like social media. I've always been a very private person with like honestly most people will be like you're definitely an extrovert. I'm very introverted and I think I came to a point I had left my nursing job like 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, almost 3 years ago, I left my job and I was at home all the time with the kids. And I'm so grateful I'm in a position where I was able to do that because I know a lot of people wouldn't be able to do that. So, but it was very isolating for me.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I didn't have adult interaction. I selfishly wanted something for me, but
Mm-hmm.
also something that would benefit my family, would be a positive thing. And I wanted to help and support any other moms or just parents in general. So at first it was just this whole thing of like, I'm going to share things that I love to do around the house,
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning.
cleaning, organizing, love decorating, like all those things bring me joy. And I'm just going to sprinkle in some advocacy stuff in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it kind of started off with that. And I still do share some things that I love and like to do and all that. But so it was just kind of like a fun outlet for me. And then, holy cow, I started making all these connections and people messaging me, like, asking for not advice, but just guidance of like, I just got this diagnosis,
Mm-hmm.
it gave me a sense of being a mom is my entire purpose in life, but
Yeah.
it gave me a sense of
More purpose.
Yeah.
purpose in a different way
Way.
that will help
Differently.
Other
hopefully
people.
create a better world for my
Mm.
kids. So yeah, that's just kind of how it started. And I've been
Right.
sharing, and I don't share like a whole lot. I've been slacking, but you kind of go through these
Yeah. Oh
phases
yeah.
of I'm not going to
Yes.
share anything unless it's like heavy on my heart or I think it's really important. So when I go through those like lulls of like, oh, she hasn't really posted anything, it's because like I don't necessarily have something like super important to say at the time.
Fun, you're busy. You got 3 kids.
Right.
Yeah,
3 kids.
yeah. And I was thinking about this the other day. I started sharing stuff publicly like a little over a year ago.
Okay.
So it's still kind of, I'm not a very techie person, but I love the fact that I'm able to like go into my DMs and just have meaningful conversations with people.
Yes. I
Mm-hmm.
love
Um,
that so much.
and of course, like I love having like a following but that's also like a lot of pressure. I'm like, I am not
Yeah.
one to like
Yes.
show my face
It
up on
is.
here every day. Like I'm a very like,
You should. You're gorgeous.
Yeah.
oh
Yes.
gosh.
Model.
But I just love the fact that it's like this account right now where I can still have those conversations.
Right.
I never want to not respond to somebody or you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like I just
Mm-hmm.
I love having like I wouldn't have met you guys
Right.
No.
if
That's a good segue to our next topic.
oh
Which, wait, pause. I'm trying to remember how Jocelyn came. Like, I came across your account, but for some reason, my brain is remembering you had a video that kind of popped off, and I feel like it was the spinny chairs.
Oh,
Is that
probably.
right?
Probably.
I
Yeah, that
feel
was like
like
one of
you've
the
had a
first things.
video that like went
That was one of
viral.
the first. Okay, which I highly recommend not having viral videos because people are so
Uh,
freaking mean.
Oh
they
yeah,
sure
My gosh,
are.
that's
I get mean
I
without viral.
troll.
What do you mean?
no, it wasn't even trolls. Like I did it to myself. It was like it was
Oh.
hilarious. Dom is insane on the spin chair,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and it was right next to my fireplace. Okay,
Oh,
but
come
in my
on.
mind and in any of your minds, you guys know your kid's
Right,
not falling off this thing. Like
right.
They
you've
did your
seen him spin.
nurse. Like, you probably
Yeah,
have the whole kit and
Oh
caboodle.
yeah.
my gosh, I did it to myself, but yeah, that's probably what
No,
popped up.
that's ridiculous. It
But I
was a
talked
great
with
video.
I talked with one of the other mom friends I met, and because I had no clue at the time, like, how do I turn off commenting? How do I, do all
Mm.
this stuff? I still don't know how to do half that shit, but I had to turn it off because I was like, I'm like,
Oh.
I am not meant for this. I am not meant for
Yeah.
this, like, but I remember when I first started kind of looking through autism content on Instagram, Court's videos always popped up, and I'm like, who is
Oh.
this girl just dancing in her living
Famous.
room?
Who's dancing? Who
Famous
is this
dancer.
girl?
Oh my gosh, but I'm like, I
Let's
don't know
just
what it,
let's put it out there. I am not a dancer.
She's
well, I,
incredible. She's
I'm
but
a
incredible.
I'm a dancer, but I'm not a dancer.
they made me laugh, so I was like, oh my gosh, she's hilarious, and like she just seems
Mm,
like really down to earth, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like semi stalking, and I sent you a DM.
flattered.
Famous.
I sent you a DM,
Famous.
just like introducing myself, like, hey, like I see you have
You
multiple,
voice
like,
DM'd me, and that's when I
did I?
knew. Yes, like
Oh,
tons
okay.
of, and that's the same with
Oh.
Reagan. Voice, and I love a good voice. Clearly, here we
Yeah,
are.
it's
On a
just easier too.
podcast. Yeah.
It's
It just
easier,
seems so
but
like we know each other. Like, if you are comfortable enough to be like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" and we don't even like we've never talked before, I'm like, "Yes, sold."
Yeah.
and I
But
think
it's
that's the
hard
thing.
though when you get a voice, you can't go back and be like, "Wait," because I think I've asked you like a million times, "What's your kids' names again? What's your kids'
Oh
names
yeah.
again?" Because I couldn't go back because it's in a voice.
In a voice.
I think when I saw your guys' accounts too, and not that this matters, but connecting with other parents who have multiple autistic kids,
Mm-hmm.
um, has just, I noticed that, okay, like it's just, we get that
We
as
get it
well.
Yeah. The the
So when
juggle.
people, yeah, you just know,
with
like, okay,
completely
I don't
different
have a
needs.
neurotypical, yeah, like I don't have a neurotypical kid. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have, when people make those posts of like the sibling
Oh
and all
yeah. The
that,
sibling.
which,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, which is
I don't
which
have
is
that.
so, which I can't imagine the challenges that come along with that as
Mm-hmm.
well. But I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know. I don't
I
But do
don't know.
you
know.
I'll
think,
never know.
I mean,
Right.
it could possibly be that the sibling could be really low support needs and they just,
Yeah,
Possibly.
that's
Very
true.
possible.
I know. I
Very
think because it
possible.
looks so different in each child,
Hmm.
a lot of people like don't necessarily recognize it.
mm-hmm. 100%.
Well,
I mean,
especially if you have a really high support needs kiddo,
Mm-hmm.
all of your, like,
Yeah.
not all of it, your energy, but majority of your time. I mean, if you're,
Mm-hmm.
there's days where with my youngest, like most days I'm with him one on one, just trying to
Right.
like co-regulate.
Support him. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
Um,
then I feel guilty for that, and I'm like, oh
yeah.
my gosh, I shouldn't have had more kids, but at the same time,
You
I
should have.
can't imagine life without
Oh my
Yeah.
having
gosh,
multiple
yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
I
Mm-hmm.
thrive on
absolutely.
chaos.
You do.
Oh,
She's
my
so
voice
sweet.
is horrendous.
No, I'm keeping it in. That's gonna be our theme song.
Look at
Dude,
us.
look at us. Let's move on to how we know each other in real life.
Yeah. IRL.
I never really, is that in real
IRL.
life? I never
In real
even put
life.
that. I'm just
Is that
so
like
old.
another
I
one of
just do
those
the
things?
LOL.
I know. You know what's
Oh.
really sad? I have to, what was the one I saw the other day? I Googled it because I'm like, my ass is so old. And
Googled
I'm
it.
in my mind, I'm doing what would make sense. It was like,
Right. Oh, there's some
What
that
was
are
it?
like,
it took me forever to know what Let's Fucking Go was. I was
oh.
LFG. I don't think I really thought about that one either.
Yeah.
There's
no,
so
what was
many. I'm
it? It
like,
was
huh?
like,
I know. I just make up
I have
things in
no
my
I have no
mind.
idea what it was because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, when did it
Mm,
have to get to a point where we have to just use letters?
because we're
Like, can we
old
just
now. We're
just
young. The
say
kids
it?
are using.
Lylas, though. I mean,
I
you
just,
were the
yeah, love you like a sister.
Reagan.
I
Are
didn't
you
know.
over?
Reagan does not know what
Known
that
for
means.
that,
I just like
girl.
try to make up my own things in my mind.
What
Away
was the other one?
messages.
What was the other one we would always write? Love you like a sister.
TTYL.
TTYL. Yeah.
TTYL.
Yeah.
I know
Talk
that
to you
one.
later.
Talk to you
I thought
What
that
was your
so-
screen name?
Just Josio07. It was like really unoriginal.
Aw.
She's been
Well,
mature
none of my
since a
family,
young
none of my
child.
family or friends call me Jocelyn. Everybody calls me Jossie or
Jocelyn.
Joss.
Aw, that's cute.
Cute.
My
Okay,
husband calls me Jocelyn, which is weird, but anyway.
let's talk when we first met each other.
Okay. Yes. How we met in real life.
How we met
The
in
love
real
story.
life.
Love story. I know. I know. It was at Lola retreat.
Talk
Hmm.
about that, Reagan.
Okay, so Lola had a retreat.
And say who
And
Lola is, for those
Lola's
of you that don't know.
Love Over Labels Advocacy, the nonprofit that I'm a board member for. And Megan and I wanted to plan a little mom's retreat recharge, which we're having one this year too. Our second one is coming up in September. So if anybody wants to go and meet mom friends IRL.
Wait, again.
Again, that took me.
IRL in
Same.
real life.
In real life. And we just
I
talked about
highly
it too. It's
recommend
really sad.
going, guys.
Sign up.
There's some
Sign
spots left, right?
Yeah, there's some
Okay.
spots left.
Okay.
It was just so much fun. I invited Court and I invited Jocelyn. I didn't know Jocelyn that well at the time, but I was like, girl, you gotta come. Let's meet
I
up.
think I was definitely too like, invite Jocelyn, invite Jocelyn.
Yeah, Courtney was like, invite Jocelyn. I was like, okay.
It was such a last minute trip, but I'm so like it was last summer was just really, really tough. We had a lot of elopement going on, all that good stuff. So I was like, there's no way I can go anywhere. Like I can't leave.
It's hard to get away.
So it was kind of just things started to start looking up, and then I was like, you know what? I'm like, am I actually gonna fly to Texas right now? Yep, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm really doing it.
So it was amazing. It was so crazy because I felt so comfortable immediately. I was
100%.
nervous because
so nervous.
you meet people online and you're like,
What are they
oh
going to
my
be like in
gosh,
person?
what are they going to be like in
Right.
real person? And it was just so easy. It was so comfortable. I don't know. Did you guys feel the same way? I just thought it
Yeah.
was
100%. I mean, I
yeah.
wanted to puke before I showed up. Like, I
Yeah,
was so
same.
nervous.
Stop.
I know.
Same, but I
It's
just remember like
anxiety.
I was the last one that got there, and I just
You were
like
the last
I was
one.
like shaking because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the last one that's getting here. They've been hanging out all day, but just sitting down by the pool and just hanging out, and it was awesome. And then going to Peace Love Autism and meeting Tara, and it was just
And getting
such.
tattoos.
Getting tattoos.
When are we not getting tattoos?
I know. Me and Jocelyn.
I need
Every
to.
time Jocelyn and I see each other now, we get tattoos together.
I was jealous, so I
Yeah.
didn't get one last time, but
I know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to pump the
there's
brakes
always
on the
next
tats.
time.
Yeah, next time. Jocelyn.
Because I already know what I want.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Okay, so
it was
then
just
we went to
awesome.
Texas,
Yeah.
which I convinced, this is how nice Jocelyn is. She doesn't like layovers because who does? But I convinced her to connect in Nashville so we could fly out together to the Make event in Arizona,
Yes.
which is where Reagan lives, and we all crashed at Reagan's. Thank you for that, Reagan. Your house.
Got to
So
spend
we
time
got
with
to
the
meet each
kids. It
other
was
again, not
awesome.
meet each other, but hang out again.
Hang out again.
And
Yes.
I
Yes.
highly
it was fun.
recommend hopping on a plane with one of your friends and just like it was so fun. It was
I know
so
we had
fun.
like what 10 minutes to connect. I'm like, let's hit up the bar and talk. And I was like, oh my gosh, we could get in trouble here. We were like, blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, wait, we need to. She's
We
like, we're
made it
fine,
just
we're
in
fine.
time. We made it just in time. No,
And
it was.
it made the flight. I mean, it was a long flight, but it was enjoyable.
It flew by. It flew by because we just were
Literally.
gabbing away. But
Gab, gab,
no,
gab,
it was incredible. If you would have asked me like a year ago if I would have had these trips and went to go meet people that I have never met in my life and only know them through the internet, there's no way in hell I'd be like, oh yeah, I would do that.
Right.
And
And I'm like, come over
it's
here.
nerve-wracking at first, but if you're a mom that's
It's
listening
worth
and you're
it.
thinking about it, just do it. There's
And I
nothing.
remember when I
There's
first
nothing
started
like it.
seeing everyone doing it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was just like a dream. I didn't think that would ever happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
To
look at
coordinate
us.
everything and Yeah,
Mhm.
I know.
And one thing we got to experience with Jocelyn that she's never experienced.
In and out.
Wait, how'd you know?
Because I was like, we have to go to In-N-Out before y'all
It
leave
was
because
delicious.
Jocelyn needs to try it, and the one in Nashville is too busy, so you can't go to that.
And what did you tell us to get? Some kind
Oh,
of
the
shake.
Neapolitan shake.
Was it a Neapol? Oh my gosh, that was so good.
It was so good.
It was so
And then
Mhm.
good.
poor Jocelyn, she woke up early in the morning and
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
Her flight.
Southwest, man.
that new system is just
It's so wild.
not it.
When you
I
wake
don't
up
like
and you
it.
see that you're on standby and you know you've bought a ticket
You bought a
and a
ticket.
seat
Right.
and you're at the
Well, and now you have
15th
to pay for
person on
seats
standby. Yeah. Yeah.
because
It was wild. It doesn't matter. I got home.
we had to pay to sit next to each other
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
it's a whole thing.
I can tell you everything you need to know about Phoenix Airport, though. I had a solid
She
5
was
hours
there
to
for
walk
what,
around.
10 hours?
Five, five. Just
Did you
I got
get
my
good
steps.
food?
I got my steps
No.
in. I know that. No, it was fine, honestly. I was just catching up on emails and stuff for the kids, so it was all good. But
Okay. One thing about you, Jocelyn, that I can really relate about is elopement. And a lot of people, I mean, you can throw that word around, but
mhm.
like true elopement, it's so
Yeah.
scary. And I think like once I started talking about elopement with you, I'm like, oh, she gets
Oh,
it. Briefly talk about what elopement looks like in your house. You're like, where
okay.
to start?
Well, elopement is, I mean, it's just 24/7.
24/7, your head's on a
It's
swivel.
yeah, truly, truly. We're always thinking of what did I lock this? Did I, all of it. In our home, what that looks like. I mean, so my boys elope. We've had elopement from home. We've had elopement in public places. We've had elopement from school. And when I say elopement, I mean not like they're out of my eyesight for
Right.
10 seconds. I'm talking full blown. We're calling the police
Cops.
department, you know, uh,
All
yeah,
everyone on the
yeah.
ground
Yeah.
running.
And I think truly, I have like a lot of like me and I think the boys, specifically my oldest, has like some trauma from that because
Mhm.
it's a very traumatic experience for sure
Yeah.
for everybody involved. But yeah, the house we're constantly learning and kind of pivoting because I think we've had every lock and alarm and all of the things that you
Yeah.
can think of around the house. But I have learned so much with that stuff from other moms too, like what worked, what didn't work. We have the air tags in my kids like the tongue of their shoes, but you guys
Mhm.
know that the air tag only works if there's like an iPhone
Sure do.
nearby.
Right.
So if
Sure
my
do. And
oldest
then it
my
doesn't,
oldest
it just spins.
yeah, and so if my oldest wants to go in the woods behind my house, it's
Right.
not going to pick it up. So we do have the angel sense, and we have that on my oldest coat pocket, but he doesn't always wear his coat. So we're really trying to
Mhm.
work on getting him to wear it, but it's not small. It's like the
Yeah.
size of a key
It's
It's
fob.
huge.
big.
Court knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
He won't
heavy
wear it
too,
in his
right?
pocket.
Yeah, and just with the sensory sensitivities like he
Mhm.
has, like it's really tough to like so we're gonna work on that this summer, but
Yeah. If your
holy
kids won't
cow.
wear clothes, it's
Yeah,
hard to
well,
get
yeah.
them to wear it.
Unless I can get
Yeah.
it on Beckham's underwear, my youngest. I think he would wear it on his clothes, my youngest.
Mhm.
Um,
They just need to come
he
out with it smaller. Like, why does
we
Small.
it
need
need,
to
Yeah.
it's
we need to
huge.
I
it's because
know.
the battery. It's the battery. Trust me. I was like,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
have researched
Okay.
all of this stuff and I'm like, why
That
is it
makes
so damn
sense.
big?
There's always a
Yeah.
And
reason, but
it's the battery because it's GPS.
Mm.
Um,
which is the big difference between Angel Sense and the AirTags. It's
yeah,
GPS.
Right.
And
GPS,
I didn't want to spend the
real
money
time.
until I was like, it's worth every penny.
It
Yeah.
is. It really is. It gives me a little more peace of mind when he's at school. My oldest, when he was in kindergarten, a long story short, there's a whole lot more to it, but he ended up eloping from the school down the main road where there's no sidewalks, there's
Oh
bodies of water.
gosh.
Yep.
But
So
that's
terrifying.
a whole nother
Mhm.
thing. So yeah, just when we first moved into our house, we didn't have everything like fully safe proof yet because we were just learning
Mhm.
the house and things that we would need. And at the time, there was just like piles, like mounds of dirt because it was a brand new development. So My oldest was really into like pirates and like going on a treasure hunt.
Hmm.
So
Cute.
he was just sensory seeking and he got out of the house and he was gone for over a half hour.
Oh my gosh.
So we had like the sheriff, come. We had another police department come. I couldn't leave the house to go look for him because I had my other
Mm-hmm.
kids here. So
Other
my husband
kids.
went.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Mm.
elopement looks like for us. We
Yeah.
learn from every situation, and thank God the outcome that we had was,
Good.
you know,
Yeah.
bringing
Mm-hmm.
them
And
back
that's the thing too.
safely.
You replay it in your head, and you're like, "What if?
Mm-hmm.
What if? What if?" Which you need to just like
Yeah.
not do. But like
Right.
again, you're
Yeah,
human.
I should
I
have did
know.
this. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't put the key up high enough. I didn't,
Yeah.
you're just that's just what we do. But I always try to tell myself, like, I know, Court, when your son had like I think his last elopement, like you're just like beating yourself up over it. I'm like, he's fine, he's safe.
Right.
What can we do better the next time? What can we learn from this? And it's so
Mm-hmm.
hard, but that's how what else are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Right.
We just got to keep
I mean, even
learning.
putting a fence isn't gonna stop them.
No.
My son
Yeah.
took the fence to the ground.
Right.
To the ground.
Oh, I believe it.
I know.
And
There's a will, there's a
that
way.
they give you that look. They give you that look too, and you're like, oh, you're about to bolt. I'm going. I'm going.
Yep.
So
And they're also looking. They're so smart.
Oh
They're
yeah.
looking
They're
for us
waiting
to
for an
look away.
opportunity. Yeah. Gigi is like a
100%,
sneaky
100%.
That's the thing. My
ninja.
son's teacher says we see him. We see
Yeah.
him just like looking. Like,
Mm-hmm.
are
Yeah.
they watching me?
Yeah. Trying to find an
hmm
opportunity.
But yeah,
Well, we might as well wrap this up, even though I don't
I
want
I
know.
to. We're just
know.
gonna have to
Jocelyn's gotta
make another
run.
trip.
Yes.
We're gonna.
I got some
Get
important things to
together.
do.
Yes.
Jocelyn's gotta go get her nails
I got to get my
done.
nails done.
What
Mm-hmm.
color are
And
you
you know how it
getting?
is. You know how it is when you have that appointment. You're like so freaking excited.
Yeah.
I should
I'm gonna
totally
get
get that
like
appointment. All right, girl.
I
Well,
think.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
Yes.
for
Thanks,
asking me. Are you kidding
Jocelyn.
me?
We
I
love
love you
you.
guys. Love you guys too. Have a great rest of your day. I'll talk with you guys soon.
We
Okay.
love you.
All right, love you,
Bye.
girl.
All right. Bye.